Today, Precarious plays
Chrono Trigger. Oh, Forest Ruin. There's a box. Immediately.
That's always a good sign. That probably means that someone has been here recently.
Ooh, this doesn't look... it's not a tent.
No,
it's a glowing, crazy force field thing.
I don't...
This looks like I'm gonna die from lasers any minute.
I feel like this relates to Chrono's ultimate weapon. I have a vague sense that this relates to Chrono's ultimate weapon. Like, I have this image in my mind of Chrono, of at some point late in the game finally being rid of this mysterious barrier, and Chrono... Is it really? I feel like his best weapon is called Rainbow, and I think he gets it from there. Am I misremembering? I might be fabricating all of this.
There doesn't seem anywhere to go, so I'm just gonna leave.
Okay.
I mean, I tried touching it, and it says no. Well, it doesn't say anything, so that's just about the same as a no. Alright, what about... Where are we on our continent? We're at the right when, but where?
Well... I think... you need to go south.
Okay.
Is there a bridge? Is there a big bridge? I think there might be a bridge.
There's a land bridge?
No, I'm not remembering the right thing.
Maybe the friend is in this mountain.
What about the little building, the little villa?
Aw, come on. That's just got people in it. Oh! Looks like he has extra arms or too many scarves. What's happening with this character?
That name seems familiar.
Oh, you've come to see me! Well, by all means, have a look at my collection. Could I interest you in a weapon? I'll give you a special price. Let's look, right?
Yeah.
Anything look interesting to you?
Yeah, we should check to make sure our consumables are of appropriate volume.
I think we should get some more mid potions, don't you?
Probably not too many. So, hold on, wait. How much does a regular potion heal for? 50.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you really are just paying for expediency because it costs 10 times as much, but only heals 4 times as much.
I want to have one for everybody in the party.
I think that you should... I was going to suggest you get 9.
Mid potions?
Yes.
Okay.
And exactly 9.
Do it.
Yeah, no. That's the right number. Yes.
You're ridiculous.
Go ahead and buy 7 potions for no particular reason.
Oh my gosh.
And make sure you use them in sets of 10.
I'm only doing this because it doesn't bother me and it does bother you. So I think that if I do this, we can both be equally meh.
Hold on, check the weapons.
Oh.
No. It's lovely to think, but it's not true. It turns out that it's significantly harder to end someone's life if both people are unarmed. Like, yeah, you can do it, but boy, is it harder. It's just so time-consuming that a lot of times people will be midway through a potentially lethal fistfight and then just give up. Be like, hey, I'm bored and tired.
So do you think the bandit bow or the crimson blade are worthwhile?
You'll need to flip through them because...
I did. One gives me 3 points and one gives me...
No.
What?
It's just they're really expensive for tiny little increases.
I thought you were arguing that they didn't give me 3 points, and I'm like, well, how is my math wrong? What?
No. I was just saying
Don't bother. Okay.
that we'll probably find the same or similar items soon.
Mm-hmm.
What's downstairs?
Okay. See, we could have gone to the... This is what's downstairs.
Ooh, Rita's diary.
No! You're the worst. I'm not gonna read the... Come on. He lives in He lives in this place alone, and he bothers to keep a diary.
Ooh, save before you go in.
Yes.
It's been a bit. You know, I've been thinking about Chrono Cross
Mm-hmm.
since we've been playing Chrono Trigger. And I've been thinking about what I said before about like sometimes it doesn't feel like there's a lot going on mechanically in this game. I feel like there's this temptation in a sequel to make everything more complicated. If you're going to make one thing more complicated, just everything. And I feel like Square Enix titles in particular have fallen victim to that over time. And that really bothers me because it absolutely does not have to be the case. Like right now,
What?
You might want to try to destroy the pot first. I'm assuming that the pot is going to keep spawning them.
Okay.
I think you got a new dual tech. Yeah,
Why can't I get the dual tech?
because you're not selecting correctly. Down and then right.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
What is that? Let's do it.
Let's just see what it does. I know that it's only gonna hit the one, but
Yeah.
and then they wind up cracking. Because that's what happens when you rapidly cool and then heat an octopus. It shatters.
I know, this is the best way to cook the octopus to assure maximum tenderness.
To ensure maximum ground saturation as it breaks into 100,000 itty bitty pieces. Well, you know, there's that complicated process where, like, you petrify a fish and then you shave it to make, like, bonito, for example.
Oh,
Well,
it's
bonito flakes.
way more
bonito
complicated than that.
Yeah, I know. You have to, like, put it in a cask and then you put it in the
No.
basement and then and then you
No.
take it out and put it on a seaweed platter.
There are
on a
caves.
and then you gotta use the special salt that you got from the tallest mountains.
can't even deal with
I know
you right
all
now.
about it. The key is
The lore is all wrong, everyone. Please look this up for yourselves.
you have to take the special little bladed box.
And shave the piece of fish wood.
Exactly. Whoa, impressive. They look like Pokemon. Or like scary, fully evolved Pokemon once they look mean.
Yeah, I don't like what that guy's doing to the ground. We're gonna get him first. That looks like an earthquake getting ready to happen. Actually... Is Allure the one that heals everybody?
No, that is Marley and Chrono's dual tech.
Okay. Just trying to be healthy. Okay. I just keep wanting to use lightning because it's fun.
Yeah. I was gonna call you on that, actually. It's like, you don't have... Just because Chrono can cast lightning now, that doesn't mean that that's all he has to do.
Yeah, but fun.
Yeah, well, fine or whatever. What was I talking about?
We were talking about the comparison.
No. Who cares about that? The special little bladed box.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what you have to shave into a little box that was passed down from Grandpa's grandpa.
Mm-hmm. Oh, curious camera pan.
And they don't make that style of box anymore. That's why the cost of Bonito Flake keeps going up. It's been going up more and more over the last 80 years as the old boxes rot away and they're not being replaced.
Aura Whirl.
Truth. Aura Whirl is a healing move. See if Antipode Bomb. Antipode. Yeah,
oh, there. It'll actually hit more than one.
Right.
Okay, yeah, it's just that target, though. Those two are done.
Good job.
I want to use lightning again.
You are gonna break the bank on ethers.
Fine, I'm gonna use ice again. I'm a good listener.
Yeah. Chrono Cross. I feel like it was a little more complicated mechanically, and it was a lot more complicated, like in the scope of the game, and the story. I've beaten Chrono Cross.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've beaten the final boss. I've played a lot of Chrono Cross because what happened is it was one of those games where I think it might be the first game that I played into pretty far and then gave up.
Oh.
And then had to come back to it later. Now, unlike games that I handled similarly, I did eventually actually beat it. Like, I beat the final boss. But I could not tell you succinctly what happens in that game.
Like story-wise or
no,
any-wise?
Either. And I think part of the problem is it does connect. It connects to Chrono Trigger, and it also connects to an experience, which I can't even remember if it was like... What was it? Was it like a radio play, or was it a visual novel? What was it? I can't even remember. It was called Radical Dreamers. Or was that just the name of the song? Oh, this is terrible. There's a game that was meant to expand on Chrono Trigger's story in some capacity, but it was not... It didn't have, like, Chrono Trigger's reach, and I don't know if it was... I mean, it has not been made available to me in a way that I have engaged meaningfully with. As you can probably tell, because I'm floundering to describe it. I'll look it up between episodes so I can give you a clearer indication of what it is. The ultimate effect, though, is that there's like a kind of minor like story beat involving Luca in this game that winds up establishing a huge part of Chrono Cross because of a young girl named Kid. And I think Kid might also be a court jester, like a harlequin, but only some of the time. But only when she gets pulled out of time and dies. And your dad is a cat. Or no, you're a cat. No, your dad was bitten by a panther and failed to save your life when you were a baby, so he's a cat man.
I cannot tell how much
named
of this...
Lynx.
Okay, now you're... I do not believe any of
And
this.
Chrono and Marley and Luca are all there, but they're barely recognizable because they're kids and they're ghosts. And all time, but maybe also, like, it has a spatial component and a chronological, temporal, a spatial and a temporal component, because the ocean is frozen chronologically and thus physically, but it's weird because you can still travel there and not be frozen.
All right, stop it.
And it makes the ocean look more like crystals instead
You know
of
what you sound like right now?
a mad person, an absolute banana boat, capsized crazy person.
You
A
know-
capsized banana boat is me.
One of my favorite things to do when I'm a little extra tired is pretend I'm a child and then make up a story that makes no sense on purpose.
Yeah.
That is, has a through line that is dubious at best
Mm-hmm.
and contains all kinds of twists and turns.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. That's what you sound like.
That's what I feel like.
Seriously, how much are you making that up?
Not at all.
Okay, because I wasn't paying attention because I assumed that you were making it up.